Now to the latest on the investigation into former President Trump's alleged mishandling of top-secret classified documents. We've now reached that noon deadline. We're past it, in fact, and the Department of Justice appears to have submitted its proposed redactions to the affidavit used to obtain the search warrant at Mar-a-Lago. We say appears because what the DOJ has filed remains sealed, and a federal judge giving Trump's lawyers until tomorrow to respond to key questions about his lawsuit challenging the search. Trump also seeking the appointment of a special master to review documents seized during the search. This is the Washington Post reports that the National Archives was concerned about how then President Trump was even handling classified documents before he left office, after they found that he had dozens of boxes of official records in the White House residence in the final days of his term. Email exchanges with top archives officials showed that White House counsel Pat Cipollone agreed that the documents should be returned. Joining me now, NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Dilanian, Washington Post political investigations reporter Josh Dawsey, and former U.S. Attorney and law professor Barbara McQuade. So, Ken, what do we know about the Justice Department's redactions to the affidavit? I'm guessing nothing, since the filing was sealed. And when and how much would we ever expect to see of it?
Well, we know two things now, Andrew. We don't have to say appears anymore because the chief spokesman for the Justice Department just sent out a statement acknowledging that this filing that we're seeing in the docket is, in fact, the sealed proposed redactions to the affidavit. And he says the DOJ respectfully declines further comment as the court considers the matter. And then secondly, we know that prosecutors apparently are procrastinators like the rest of us, because they took every minute of the time they had up until the deadline to file this thing. And of course, now we wait and see what the judge does. And there are a couple of possibilities here. The judge could agree with whatever set of redactions the Justice Department has proposed and put out this document even as soon as today. Or he could decide that it's so heavily redacted that it doesn't make sense to put it out, which is something he alluded to in his written opinion. And then the third possibility is if the judge disagrees with the proposed redactions and wants to pare some of them back, he said that he would give the Justice Department a chance to appeal that, and that would all happen under seal. So we wouldn't see anything except maybe a notation that that was happening, and then it could be weeks or months as the appeals play out, Andrea.